Hello everybody, my name is Oni, and LEGO just revealed this new LEGO Ninjago City Workshop set for $250 releasing March 1st, 2025. And since they just released it, release the images of it. I want to go through each of the images and look to see what we get, what I like, what I don't like, and see what's going on with the set. So, for starters, I do want to say that this set technically doesn't have anything to do with canon. A lot of these bigger Ninjago sets, especially the LEGO Ninjago City sets, don't really have much to do with canon. Like in the last LEGO Ninjago City, we got Cyrusborg. We didn't see Cyrusborg. It had Misdemeanor. We didn't really see Misdemeanor in Dragon's Rising. I think she showed up in LEGO Ninjago Dragon's Rising Season 2 Part 1, Episode 1. But overall, these don't have too much to do with the lore. And I mentioned that because there are a couple figures here that are very big characters that I don't think we're going to be seeing in Dragon's Rising. If we do, it's going to be very brief. I just want to say that now before we get to the figure section. But with that being said, this is the build that we're getting. And the build looks fine. It doesn't look like anything crazy. I like these buildings here. I like this giant crane up top, and I like this little puppet that Dorama has, and I like Twitchy Tim's mech. I like also that you can kind of build it up throughout the set. You'll see what I mean. Like, these pieces come off and you can put them back on. It's really cool. I like these docks. It's fine. There's nothing like really crazy like the other sets. It's not very colorful. There's a lot of brown and gray. But overall, this is fine. I was hoping for a more like inner city thing instead of getting more water, but this is a fine look at it thus far. Now we can also see the box. The box is pretty standard. It's your LEGO Ninjago Dragon's Rising box. Now going on, we can see that the mech actually goes here. You can see that they're actually assembling the mech. And we get a nice new angle of this building here. And this building looks fun with like the stairway here with the fish on it. Surfboard guardrail. It looks fine. You can see Dr. LaRoe down here, a construction worker. Samurai X or Pixel is fighting not Dr. LaRoe, Dorama's puppet. And then you have Harumi over here. And I don't know, Twitchy Tim's right here. He's assembling his mech. Which I don't like the mech build too much. Because it has to look like this in order for Twitchy Tim to put the pieces onto it. It kind of just looks like a naked Bionicle a little bit. But we'll get into that a little bit later. So this is the Twitchy Tim mech fully built up. And fully built up, it looks fine. He has like a nice little skirt on his mech for some reason. Skirt was appropriate, but everything else actually kind of looks fine. I like the yellow. I don't know if this is his color scheme. I don't really know if he has a color scheme really. We only really saw him in the island briefly, and he just had that jacket that you see right here. And in this room we have Dorama. In this room shows me a lot of cool piece usage. We have this bowl in that orangish color with that Western pistol, which I thought was discontinued, but I guess it's not. And then we also get to see the Harry Potter wand in gold, which I think that might have released in that color before with the 10th anniversary LEGO Harry Potter figures, the golden ones. Don't quote me on that. I don't think so. I think this might be the first time, but it could not be. And also, since Dorama is a really big part of this picture, I'm just going to go over, I don't like this color for him. I feel like in the show he's a bit more of a darker purple. I also feel like it should have been maybe a little bit of glitter printing on the legs and the torso. The fact that his plain legs is sad. Some arm printing would have been nice too. I feel like his suit's all sparkly in the show, and I feel like it's not represented here. I also feel like it's just the wrong shade of purple. And then we get to see the inside of one of these restaurants where we had just had this guy working. This girl is just sitting here, and then we have actually, and very interesting, we have a Dragonian civilian, which makes me wonder if they're just some Dragonians that aren't evil. That would be really interesting to see. But he's just a tourist from the looks of it. And in the next one, we have Dorama looking super creepy. He just looks so weird here. He does have a really weird reflection here, but then we have this construction worker just investigating this piece. But there's also just to show that this garage door opens. This is literally just showing that that's a play feature. Then going on, we have this girl who looks like she's assembling a robot or a Lego set. And it looks like these are Lego sets here. I think this is Samurai X from 2011 or 2012. It looks like this is the one of the dream sets, one of Mateo's mechs. Cole's Earth mech from the Lego Ninjago movie, I think. The dream set, I think it's Logan's alligator car or something. Or Cooper's alligator car. And then this might be the Nexo Knights set. The King's mech, I think it is. We also see she has a paintbrush, whatever that is, and this golden scissors here to make this robot. And we actually see here that she's actually building Cole's Titan mech from last wave when it came out in August, and that's pretty cool. So that does help enforce that these are more sets that could be built. Probably not in this set, but like more sets that she could build, like if you're playing with it, which is pretty cool. And now we get a better look at the figures. And so we have Civilian Harumi, which we've been waiting for since Sons of Garmadon, which I think was 2016 roughly, which was a long time ago. Almost 9 years. So I'm super happy that we're getting Harumi Civilian. I can't wait to actually pick this set up for just her specifically. Then we're getting a construction worker, which is whatever. Then we're getting Dr. LaRoe, which is fun to see. I'm glad we're finally getting her. I wish we have gotten her in like main sets, because I feel like she could come back as a villain. And it would be nice to see her then, but she could always get an updated design and show up in sets. Then we have Twitchy Tim, which we're finally getting him in the set, which has been too long. It's been since the island. And fun fact about Twitchy Tim, he was supposed to apparently show up in a set back during the island, but his set got canceled, so it's nice to see him here in all his glory. And then we have the ever coveted Random Civilians figure. And then we also get the also randomly coveted this figure right here, another civilian figure. Then we're getting a Civilian Dragonian, which is actually pretty cool. And then we're getting Pixel, which she's just appearing in quite a few sets now, so this is going to be like her third set after not showing up for a while, but it's fine, you know. I'm glad that she's here. We're getting another shirtless Zane, which I really wish this was actually the full suit of Zane, because we don't have any regular ninjas here, so it would have been nice to see him show up. And then we also have Dorama. I wish we had gotten some other figures in this, to be honest, because I feel like, you know, we're missing out on some figures like Percival from Imperium, or we could get maybe a cosplayer cosplaying Jay, so but like in the storm suit, so we could get a storm suit Jay or a tournament Jay. You know, that would have been cool ways to give us the figure while also keeping just Rogue as Jay. Like, it's not Jay in the suit, it's someone else cosplaying as Jay in these armor. Kind of like what we saw with the believers or followers of Jay back in Prime Empire. I think that would have been really cool and a really nice way so that we could complete our team. Because Jay's the only one not getting a new figure this season, even though Tanosaurus not, but she's still coming in sets. And she's just wearing her old suit like she always is, but you know. And then we also see this puppet here. But I really wish we maybe got some more different figures. Maybe other villains that we haven't seen in Ninjago yet. Or maybe getting updated versions of like Ultraviolet. Or maybe getting a new Karloff would have been cool. But I feel like these figures are kind of bland. Don't get me wrong, I'm really happy about Harumi and Twitchy Tim. They're probably going to be the reasons why I get this set. I don't really care about Dr. LaRoe too much. Like, it's nice to see her, but I feel like she could have just come in any other set and she looks really boring. Another thing that I'm going to note here, a lot of these figures don't even have leg printing. Like, only this figure, this figure, this figure, and I think this figure has pockets. Everyone else doesn't. I feel like, especially for, like, I don't think Harumi had any in the show, and neither did Twitchy Tim, so I'll give them passes, although I haven't seen the island in a while. But I know that Dorama, like I said earlier, he could use armor glitter printing all over his figure, so I think that if we just had that, that would be really nice. And then we get to see another shot with the mech in here, kind of on someone's table while they're playing or building. And it looks pretty nice all built up. I don't know, I feel like with the mech it wouldn't match the rest of the cities, but this is a pretty fine look. And then we get zoom in where the kid is using this crane to lower this to clip onto there, which looks really cool. And I don't know what this does. This thing pulls out, but I don't know if it like turns it. I'm not sure, or if it like splits open the legs. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be doing. This just comes in and out. as far as I'm aware. Then obviously you can take all the buildings out. It's like a Ninjago City modular. But we also do get to see some other rooms. Obviously, this is the restaurant, Dorama's room, that Lego Set Builder's room. But then we get to see a little room for Zane, actually. And that's really cool. I'm not sure. I see the shurikens here, so I'm imagining this for Zane. I imagine that's like a meditation carpet. Not sure what that is. I think it's just the head of a bed. But it's pretty cool that we get some other rooms that aren't really too prevalent. This is how I guess they want it to look like on your shelf. And this is the back of the box, and you can see the naked mech here, which really looks like a naked Bionicle. And then obviously we got to see these rooms, and then this is where that garage is. And overall, I think this is a fine set. I might wait for it to go on sale, or I might just break link Harumi, Dorama, Twitchy Tim, and Dr. LaRoe. Because Dr. LaRoe, she's really important for season 1. But, like, they're the only ones that I might break link. I don't think I'll really get the whole set. It'll be cheaper just to order the figures separately. And overall, it's a fine set. Like, if you want to get it, I would definitely see why. I don't think I want to spend $250 for the 4 figures I want to get, where I'd probably spend $80 to get all of them. And then get a bunch of these rooms that I'm not too interested in. And, like, there's fun Easter eggs, but it's not enough for me to want to spend $250 on. Because I know a lot of that's going to be going into this bill, but I think a lot of people are just being wasted on this crappy mech. But outside of that, that's just my thoughts. I do want to hear yours. I do want to hear what you guys think about it, because this is just a very mid set to me. But I am interested to see what you guys think, because there's any stuff I like about this set. And I definitely think, like, this looks fine. But let's see what you guys have to say.